How many times were you guys thanked for your service for Memorial Day?
None, because I didn't fucking go anywhere.
Yep. Same.
I was as far away from human beings as I could be.
Fucking good on you.
I threw a. Me and my friends play a game called Blood Bowl, which is it's a game of fantasy football, and it's because all of the teams are like orcs and elves and all this kind of shit.
So it's like fantasy.
But it is football. You field 11 men. You try and move the ball from one end to there's actually a little ball, and you play football. So we ran a Blood Bowl tournament at my house. So there was like 8 of my friends that came over, and I brought home the popcorn machine from work and my draft machine, and
Nice.
so we had draft beer and popcorn and nachos and like everything you'd have at a football stadium. And
Nice.
we played fake football and smoked cigars all day.
I got a couple of messages thanking me, and I was like, that's not what this is for.
And I purposely leave my phone
like, well,
away.
I answered them today, and I was just like, nope, my day's in November.
Yeah.
This is for the guys who didn't make it.
Yep. I don't go on stuff. I don't. It just pisses me off. Like it's not about a cheaper mattress.
I've never understood why mattresses is where
always
they
on
decide.
Memorial Day. Yeah.
Why?
And and everybody runs a sale, right? And it's like Memorial Day savings. And now they're trying to do it. They're like, in honor of those who serve, 15% off. And it's like, fuck off.
Yeah.
Like
It's like, we know what you're doing.
you are literally advertising on dead people. Like that's fucked. So I'm not a fan. So I stay off my phone. I stay off of everything. And I surround myself with, and luckily my group kind of like that group, like Steve Dixon came over and stuff too. But
yeah,
like that wasn't the topic of discussion. It was just,
I mean, I did barbecue.
We did.
I got asked a very interesting question, right? And the question that I got asked was, is it appropriate to say Happy Memorial Day?
No.
Guys, it wouldn't be the Freedom Friends if we didn't talk about our number one sponsor, Warfighter Tobacco. Obviously, you guys have seen us all smoke them. We're here to talk about a quality product that everybody can enjoy. The great equalizer, as we've called it, the Warfighter Tobacco Stick. And it's not just cigars. They've got humidors, travel humidors, cutters, lighters, everything you need to get started on that journey. Check out warfightertobacco.com and use that code FTFO. Score yourself that sweet, sweet 15%. If you want to know my personal favorite, I'm a 762 Field guy. I like that Sumatra, real nice and even keeled cigar. Great for us beginner smokers, right? And I'm told that these taste even better when you're listening to the Freedom Friends podcast. Now, back to the show. This episode is brought to you by Grill Your Ass Off. It's no secret, we're all middle-aged dudes who love barbecue. Grill Your Ass Off is our main go-to for our spices. That's what we use, man. Whether you're doing burgers on the grill, steaks, or my personal favorite, a little bit of pork belly burn ends, right? They've got you covered on all of that. They also have salsas. They also have seasonings and spices. They got beer salts. They've got everything, man. Check them out. GrillYourAssOff.com/Freedom Friends Podcast, or use the code Freedom Friends Podcast at checkout.
I'll you guys say your thing. I'll tell you what my answer was to that.
I don't know. It's a weird one.
It's a weird one.
I
don't think it's inappropriate.
The idea of a happy memorial
is weird
in itself.
It's
is odd. I also don't think, like, if you're gonna try and engage somebody in a positive thing, and you want to say like a cheers to you on Memorial Day, like something like that, that's just I recognize what's going on, or let's raise a glass, like whatever. I understand trying to recognize it and say something about it, but wishing me a happy Memorial Day like I'm supposed to be celebrating.
It's like, hey,
I got a fun
happy
one.
Dead Friend Day.
But yeah, it's kind of like,
I got a fun one that you guys will understand afterwards. Congratulations for Memorial Day.
Okay.
I said, thanks. I hope you remember all the people you lost with great memories, was my response. Maybe I remember them, but if I give them my respect, they are fallen. Now, this was from Gonzalo, our Cuban guy in Nicaragua.
Yeah.
So is this?
I got the same thing. I think it was lost in translation.
It's just getting lost in translation.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
congratulations for Memorial Day.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was like, I'll let it slide on Gonzalo.
Yeah.
So I was posed a question. One of the guys said Happy Memorial Day, and another guy looked at me, and he literally just immediately looks at me, and he's like, "Is that is that okay to say?" And I was like, "What? Like, if somebody says Happy Memorial Day, is that okay to say?" And my response was, "Look, man, I'm tired of trying to educate people on things. I was like, there's only one thing that I'll correct when it comes to Memorial Day. Memorial Day is for people that are no longer living. Veterans Day is for people that are living.
Yep.
Outside of that, the people that are fallen, we better uphold Memorial Day weekend to their standards, right?
Yeah.
I guarantee you they don't want us bickering over people saying Happy Memorial Day and us getting mad.
Right.
They
I will
will give a fuck.
I'll publicly say it now. If I die and like people are remembering me on Memorial Day, you could say happy. It's fine.
But like the whole point of it,
Don't worry, Mikey. We will.
the whole point of it is to think about the fallen.
Yeah, I agree.
Right?
I agree.
In our circles, thinking about the fallen, the biggest thing that we hold about the fallen is living our lives the way that they would want us to.
Yeah.
Right? Like we're upholding a standard that pays tribute to them because they're not here to be able to do it.
I think I've outaged some of the ways they'd want me to live.
Yeah, I
I'm
agree.
getting a
That's-
little old for that.
No,
I can't hang out with strippers every night.
No, but don't get me wrong, because they think of us in our current position, and
Oh, yeah.
today
Yeah.
it would be, you know what I mean,
Yeah.
like that. But I guarantee you, they don't want us going around starting petty little bullshit fights with civilians that have no fucking idea,
Right.
and we just have a chip on our shoulder.
And that's people have said
Yeah.
Happy Memorial Day to me or whatever.
I just
and
said thanks.
typically
just
my
carry
response
on.
is to like, well, let's remember those, or buy a glass for those that didn't come home. Whatever. I don't bicker, but if you are curious if Happy Memorial Day is the proper phrase, no, it's not the right phrase. I get the spirit of what you were trying to do. I understand that this is the idea of
I would rather somebody just go, it's Memorial Day.
yeah.
But
the only one I got was Kibby texted me. He tried to call, but I didn't answer. And then he texted me. He's like, "Hey, just call him and say I love you, bud."
Yeah.
And as a guy that didn't serve, but is friends with a lot of us that did, that it's a pretty class act way of handling it. Because he's going like, mount my day, whatever.
right.
But
when I grew up, though, like Memorial Day I didn't realize it related at all to service members who were killed.
Till you were in the military.
Right.
Yeah.
Because my whole family had treated it as let's go to the cemetery and
We have a long weekend.
see grandma, see,
Yep.
like
Yeah.
all of, people that had no military service or nothing about that. But it was they memorialized it. And they,
Right.
that's kind of like, I didn't even realize it was a military thing.
Yeah, we don't-
forever.
we don't do a great job. We do a great job with Veterans Day. I'm not going to lie. The country has done a great job with Veterans Day, especially in recent years where it's really been focused on, hey, this is for the guys that wore the uniform and
Yeah.
don't anymore or whatever.
Huge shout out to Applebee's for that ad campaign.
No shit. Did the work.
Because technically it's armistice.
Well, it was.
It was.
Yeah.
But we've had several wars since then, so they kind of needed to expand it.
They need to update that one.
But I mean, fuck, it's been 80 years.
Yeah.
It's been a couple of fights since then.
Yeah.
We haven't done a great job, like you just said, of making sure that people know
Yeah.
what the fuck Memorial Day
But
is.
I don't mind.
And I think that's the problem.
I
I think
don't-
it's just a lack of education.
I don't mind if Memorial Day would be just that memorial, like it doesn't necessarily have to be for service members or whatever. Like,
Well, that's what it is, though. That's
Yeah.
the whole reason it is a holiday. Like, it's
But
not just
but I-
remember dead people.
well,
Like,
but it,
Yeah.
yeah, but
because I've got
guarantee-
dead family members that we don't need to memorialize. I know. Just saying. Got dead ones we do, but
Granted, we also, each one of us probably know service members that they probably don't need to be memorialized either.
I don't know. That one would be tough for me. None of us served with anybody that was drafted in.
True.
Like everybody I wore the uniform with.
Scott and I might have a different opinion on this. Because back when we joined, there were still judges out there that were like jail or the military, and it's
Which,
like,
yeah, I mean, they-
So we
They've been doing that
dudes
since-
who didn't.
They've been
want to
doing
be
that
there.
since the 80s.
And there's a lot of people who joined, like when I first joined, nobody joined because of 9/11, right? It didn't happen.
Right.
Hadn't happened yet. Yeah.
So they were joining for college money. They were joining for all kinds of
Right.
reasons. They were whatever.
Hey,
I don't
I'm
give a
not
fuck.
saying that these guys
Yeah.
are all joining because they are
Yeah,
Captain America patriots.
but there's some people that
He still did. You're saying is that they just still did more than 99% of
Yeah.
fucking.
yeah, I'm not
humanity
going to
stuff.
lie. If you wore the uniform and you died in service, it's going to be really hard for me to be like, he doesn't deserve Memorial Day.
Oh,
Now,
I'm not saying died in service. I'm
now
saying, like,
guys that
dudes who have died.
guys that got in and like got drummed out and then fucking OD somewhere or whatever. That's okay, sure.
That's where I'm at.
But that's not.
I know guys that were on
But that's
active
not-
duty and OD'd.
Yeah,
Is
but
that
that's
dying in service?
but
I don't
Memorial
know,
Day.
you know?
Memorial Day also isn't just for.
You know what's fucked up? On paper, yeah.
Yeah.
On paper, it is. Like SGLI still pays out if you fucking kill yourself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's one of the few life insurance policies.
I was
that
going to
does.
say,
Yeah.
there's not many else that
Yeah.
do that.
You know what I mean? Like that was a big question. We had this kid who he OD'd in the barracks on Christmas one year, and he was a shitbag and fucking definitely saved lives by dying.
Happy Memorial Day.
Right? But like,
It's applicable sometimes.
but like, but that was a question that we posed. We were like, does his SGLI pay out? They were like, yeah,
Yeah.
sure does.
I think that actually speaks more to what we know about service members, that they looked at the SGLI and they were like, what about suicide? And I was like, oh yeah, no, we're gonna have to pay out on that. Like it's every other life insurance policy is like, no, we don't cover that. But the military one, they're like, we're gonna.
Because if
we're
you
gonna
peel
go
that
ahead
onion back far enough, it's probably our fault.
and- yes.
Like imagine being like the
He was-
DOD
he-
side negotiating that contract, and
Yeah.
they're just like, so you have to cover them when they die, and they're like, yeah, that's life insurance. So like, no matter what, they're like, yeah, that's what we normally do,
They're
with
like-
no exceptions.
Okay, no exception. So there's
And we
not
do
like,
a lot of stupid shit.
There's not like a morale clause.
and I'll bet you that like, okay, so we
How'd
need
he
to
die?
know that
Pretty
like
sad.
he died because of 14 Asian hookers.
Yeah.
You cover that? Okay, cool.
Cool.
What if he takes his own life? Oh, you cover that too? Oh,
Yeah.
well, oh shit,
Shit.
we're in. Let's go.
But when you have to like, if they wouldn't cover that, right? You have to convince mom that her boy joined the military out of high school and he was a sweet little kid. Like
and then we corrupted him, and
Yeah,
he
yeah.
took his own life. And
obviously
sorry
it
about
was
your life.
the military's fault he died doing cocaine off of 14 hookers. Like
Right.
mom didn't do that.
Correct.
Well, OD is not a suicide.
Same thing with suicide. though. Yeah. Right. Like
It's like I had a kid that asphyxiated himself doing air duster. He
That
was-
just goes to
he
show
was
that
hitting
we do
whippets
not
and air
pay
duster.
junior enlisted guys enough.
and then,
It's
and
like
then
you
he
didn't
pa-
even die off a good drug.
He passed out with his face in the pillow, and that's how he died.
Yeah.
He suffocated on the pillow
Oh,
that he fell on.
Okay.
That's how he died.
See, that's the argument for
Yeah.
junior enlisted guys should get paid more.
do better drugs.
So you're not stealing air duster out of the fucking supply closet. You can
True.
actually afford real drugs.
I'm willing to bet if you were active duty after 2012, they stopped issuing air duster.
They issued air duster.
I know that a lot
I never
for a
got issued
long
air
time.
duster.
We heard a lot of wah 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 wah
Yeah.
wah wah.
We used to be able to go get it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they didn't issue it. We just used to go take it.
No,
Well, yeah,
well,
it
but
was-
the
but it was
supply
always-
room had it.
Yeah, it was always in the cabinet or whatever. Yeah. Fucking, you had to clean. It worked well for a lot of things. Like, I mean, you got dirt in your fucking barrel.
Explain to me
You know,
why, like, all of those fucking O2s, though, needed 12 cans of air duster in their office. Like, how dirty is your keyboard, fucker?
They
Well,
like,
it's
they were
very
dealing
dirty
with
because you don't touch it. It gets full of dust.
They were just dealing with us. They needed a fucking quick pick me up.
just, yeah, come on in, Sergeant Fahey. Tell me what was going on. All he hears is womp, 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 womp. He's like, yeah, I'll look into that
He's
immediately.
got one eye kind of open, one eye closed, and I just sound like a fucking Charlie Brown adult.
No, you just sound like a normal Marine.
Wah, wah,
Womp,
wah.
womp, 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 womp.
That's what I said. Charlie Brown adult.
Womp, womp.
Logan.
Cool.
Ugh. Yeah.
So I had something fun and interesting happen over the weekend.
Yeah.
So I was out of town. Right, I was doing that barbecue cook-off that was benefiting Intrepid Care.
Yes,
down
sir.
at the Womack Ranch.
You
in
were
South
not
Texas.
cooking off.
I was not. I was a judge.
Appreciate that.
I don't think I'm gonna eat barbecue for like 2 months.
Mm-hmm.
I'm good.
You had a lot.
It was more than a lot.
Yeah.
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 But competition barbecue is way different than barbecue. It's way different. Like, it's good. Don't get me wrong. It's really good. But I've had better barbecue.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like one of the guys that was there cooking was 8-time world barbecue champion. Right? I judged 6, 10, 11, 12. It's either 12 or 13 different things over the course of 2.5 days. He was there the whole time. Out of all those 12 or 13 different things that I did, not one stood out any more than the other. How are you an 8-time world champion and I can't even pick your fucking food out?
He makes it look pretty.
Yeah.
No, it's because competition barbecue
It's not for food.
it is this skewed, fucked up way of judging and cooking meat that for some reason that's the standard for competition barbecue.
Yeah.
Right.
And it's like,
I'm gonna tell you.
would
right
you
now,
serve that in a restaurant?
No.
Would if somebody walked in and you're like world renowned barbecue champion, and that's $50 a pound for meat, like half the barbecue places in Texas, and I saw that, I'd be like, go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
Because if you come at me and try to convince me that, well, did you look at the penetration of his smoke ring? I don't.
But I
give a
learned
fuck.
I learned things like you can create an artificial smoke ring
Yep.
with curing salts.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like there's a
all
fast way to
bullshit.
cook ribs and not a slow way. Like
just-
there's certain things that and they all use the same fucking seasoning.
It's
They all fucking taste
It's
the same.
all the same
Like
thing. It's all the same rig. It's
Yeah.
all the same. Yeah, like you look at all of them and it's all these. It's all
My-
the same smoke rig. It's all this. They're all buying the wood from the same fucking places. Like it's
the crazy thing that I noticed, it fucking blew my mind. I have to judge on presentation, right? It is mandatory for them to put it in a styrofoam to-go
I was
box
gonna say, aren't you getting
With-
on like paper plates?
with one sheet of tin foil underneath the meat. And then I have to judge presentation.
grill marks, bud.
Some of the meat didn't have grill.
you know what? I'd be fucking mad if I went to a barbecue restaurant and got it in tin foil. They always serve it to me on paper.
Right?
And I mean like literally a tray.
butcher paper.
And there's a piece of paper
Yeah,
on
yeah,
it. And my
yeah.
food's just
On
sitting on the
Yeah.
paper.
Sure.
But like I get standardizing so nobody can like church the presentation up. You know what I mean?
Fuck that. Church it up.
But like,
Yeah. Well, then why judge it if you can't church it
Right,
up?
right.
You know what I mean? Like, why judge?
you know,
presentation
like
if you
let's
don't
see
have
what
to
you
church
can
it?
fucking do.
There's a restriction.
Yeah, right? Like,
Yeah.
I wanna-
Bring me the Alamo at a brisket.
dude, this is
Like,
that's
fucking-
that's why I like Great British Bake Off. They do the showstoppers.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
You know
No,
what I mean?
like, now-
Like, give me a showstopper and meat.
Flip side,
Fuck
of the,
yeah.
flip side of the same coin, because I'm not going to just sit here and shit talk the whole thing. They have to do it that way. They do because people can game it so much. They
sure.
had to take away the ability to game it,
Yeah.
right? So like everything's double blind. When they come turn their food in, it gets assigned a barcode. The barcode gets randomized. It gets put in a spot your judges and your cooks can't see. Like they have all these things to make sure that you don't know who's
This
fucking
just goes
food
to show
you're
that
eating.
competition ruins most things.
It really does. You know what I
Like-
mean? It really does.
I mean, even in
The
my
second it
world,
becomes a job, it's no longer fun.
even in my world, and by the way, I am getting the messages that you guys send me saying you've started whatever army for Warhammer, and I'm proud of you guys. I'm still not going to respond. But even in my world, I love Warhammer. The shit's tattooed on my hands and shit. Like I absolutely love
Yep.
Warhammer in the world of it. Competition Warhammer absolutely fucking ruins it for me.
right.
Yeah.
And it is the most
Yeah.
common format of it. And it fucking ruins it for me because I play for the lore and the story and the cool models and like the community that's around
You
it. and
you
stuff
play
like
for
that.
fun.
I
It's
play for fun
It's
and
fun.
and the indulgence of it. And then the
Right.
competition guys that are like, whatever changes in the meta, that's what we're fucking running right now. Like everything just changes. There's no flavor to it. It is
Yeah.
just, this is the standard and this is what keeps me on the edge. And it's literally every hobby that
Yep.
gets turned into competition. I am not saying sports.
Yeah.
Like,
Even shooting.
Yep.
yeah,
Yeah.
shooting. Like,
No.
I love to shoot. I have never been really attracted to competition shooting.
Yeah.
Because you can game it.
Because
Well,
you
yeah.
can game it.
I like to be able to. It has to apply to real life to me. And
Which
some
is-
of the competition shooting,
And we've gone to ranges and stuff together. And
Yeah.
luckily, through our either jobs we had or connections we've made or whatever, most of the time when like the four of us have gone to a range, it has typically been like, oh, we close this bitch down. You guys do whatever the fuck you want to for the next 3 hours. And
Right.
we get to do all sorts of like, you can shoot as fast as you want. You can transition, you can move and shoot. And that's how I like to shoot.
Yeah.
But then, yeah, when you look at like PRS and stuff like that, and I'm just like, okay, so I'm going to tell you right now, if you lined up 15 PRS rifles in front of me, short of maybe the chassis is a different color, I'm pretty good with guns. I
Oh.
guarantee you I'd look at most of those rigs and go, I have no fucking idea what the difference is in any of these goddamn rifles. Like,
For sure.
they're all the fucking same.
So-
I don't. It takes the joy
So
out of
this one brought home the other day from his art class. They were painting Warhammered figures.
it. Hey, that a boy.
Nice.
Yeah, I was like, holy shit,
But,
no guy.
But competition just sours everything. I don't know.
Okay.
A buddy of mine just put a huge post up that he barbecues a lot in his backyard. His whole feed is nothing but like pictures of just fucking meat. Give me your toy. Hey, look at you.
But he had a whole tray of them.
Yeah.
Creating a little army.
Fucking hey. I like your Space Marine.
But
But I thought that was cool that they
I'm
did
gonna stick
that.
him right here.
That they were doing that in art class.
These are mine.
You know, like
Fucking A.
I'm keeping these. I'm gonna live right there. Thank you.
so the
I'm keeping those. Those are mine now.
I was bringing up the
Appreciate it.
barbecue cook-off to lead into a different story. And I need your guys' opinions and help.
Oh God.
Oh, that's a good one. Okay.
I didn't get to go to the barbecue competition.
No. This has nothing to do with the barbecue competition. But I was away from my home to be at the barbecue competition.
Oh fuck! Is this the story you told me earlier?
Mal is in Kentucky, or she's on her way back right now because she was at a horse show.
Right.
So
But she did pretty well at it.
she did phenomenal.
Yeah.
The posts I saw, they apparently
Absolutely.
fucking crushed.
Fucking
A.
phenomenal. So I get home last night. Our entire front lawn is landscaped. Our backyard has a million fucking plants in it. So being the good boyfriend that I am, I walk in the back, I take a video of everything and I send it to Mal. And I was like, I'll get the front yard in the morning. It's dark out. We don't have lights in the front, right? She's like, awesome. Thank you, blah, blah, blah. So this morning I get up, I walk in the front yard. I look at a whole bunch of shit. We planted hydrangeas last year. Hydrangeas don't grow in Texas.
No.
They don't. They survive the year. They're blooming.
Yeah.
That front yard was like Mal's cancer garden. When she was going through all of her health shit, that was like her gateway to sanity,
Sure.
right? I go out to go look at the hydrangeas because we knew they were blooming starting to last week, so they should be almost all the way open by now. I walk over there. We have two plants, one on the right, one on the left. The one on the right, almost every single flower has been cut off, deadheaded. The one on the left, the two biggest ones, deadheaded. Now, mind you, this plant is 5 feet from my house, which is the furthest you have to walk from the sidewalk to get to. So somebody had to come on my fucking property, cut flowers off of a plant that only bloom once a year
Oh.
while we weren't there.
I know how mad Haley would be.
So now here's where this is a really hard decision I had to make this morning, right? I see this. I get in my truck and I'm fucking livid because I know Mal's pissed, but I'm livid because somebody came on my fucking property and fucked with my shit.
Yeah.
By the way, I talked to John like shortly after this because I had called about an unrelated topic.
I have big feelings.
And he was, and I mean by unrelated topic, I mean as far from
Completely.
gardening as you could get.
Yeah.
And he was like,
This is about
"Yeah,
to
I can
happen,
handle
that's
that." He was like, "I can handle that." But listen to this. Just like immediately,
So-
he was hot.
So I got in my truck. I contemplated everything in life. And then I had to make the decision. Do I wait till Mal gets home and tell her? Or do I call her now and she has a 12 hours left on the road trip and let her stew about this?
Yeah, you shut up.
Do you? So when she comes
do you
home
let
and
her calm down?
when she comes home and she sees it,
12 hours is a long time to come
and then
down.
she looks at me and she goes, "Why didn't you tell me?"
Yeah.
Do I say, "Oh, it's because I didn't know"? Oh, you didn't look?
Yeah.
And now I'm lying to her? You know what I mean?
Dude, that
So-
would have been me.
Not to
Because
mention-
I honestly just wouldn't have looked.
So we've all done 12, 14 hours in the car to shot. Right?
Sure. Sure.
You're a little edgy when you come out of there
so
anyway.
I called her.
Yeah.
I'm like, "Hey, babe." She's like, "Hi, I was just about to call you." Yeah. How far you got left? 12 hours. I'm like, "Fuck." She's like, "Why?" I'm like, "I got bad news." Laid it all out. And literally, she's like, "Thank you for telling me." She's like, "I would have been fucking pissed if you saw that this morning and didn't call me." I'm like, "I know. That's why I called you." So now I got to figure out. So
I just wouldn't have looked.
Mal is also very much a rip the Band-Aid off kind of girl.
100%.
Like she doesn't want
Yep.
the slow roll.
No.
She doesn't want whatever.
That's
Like, and she doesn't want sugar coated either. It is just bullet point it and just
Yeah.
give it to her. And
That's it.
yeah.
So, and now I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to do. Right? Because technically, it's trespassing, vandalism, and theft.
Mhm.
Okay.
You got any footage?
Of course he does.
Yeah.
Everybody has a Ring camera.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had cameras all around my house. So
Did you find them?
do I go that route? Right. My other option that I want to do, I have two options that I want to do. One of them is we have obviously community Facebook groups,
I was about to say,
neighborhood shit,
Yeah.
stuff like that, right?
public
So,
shaming is still very.
I want to
effective.
put a post up in there, and let me know if this sounds okay or if I should go a different direction on this. I want to put a post up there and pretty much explain what I just explained. Like, Malik cancer is stage 3.
Mhm.
She went through treatment, surgeries, the whole 9, and this is the one thing that kept her sane.
Yeah.
And that, out of all the plants in the entire yard, that was the one that she was waiting on. And somebody clipped it. So I have video evidence. I know who you are, and I can press charges. Or you can come knock on my door and genuinely apologize to Mallory.
Ooh, I like that. That's man shit.
Public shame is still incredibly effective.
It really is.
I like
Yep.
that. And I would even go farther and go. And I would give him an ultimatum. You have till Saturday.
Oh,
You
yeah,
got a timer.
absolutely.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
you
got
have to
a
put a timeline on.
You have
But
till
you have-
Saturday. And if I don't hear from you by Saturday,
Yeah, I was literally
I'm
gonna
calling
ask
the
if you
police
guys had like an
and-
HOA newsletter or
Oh,
a public Facebook.
and so the best part
like
is
my
is
neighborhood
the
has a
president of the HOA
Yeah.
is like
Yeah.
one of the best friends of the neighborhood.
Yeah, public
Yeah.
shame is
Yeah.
still incredible. And honestly,
particularly in your neighborhood, because you live in a gated community.
We do.
he lives in a retirement community.
Yeah.
You seen his neighbors?
Like if it was our neighborhoods, like we don't live in fucking gated community. We live in the burbs.
Yep.
You know what I mean? like we live in the burbs.
But the
You
thing
know,
about
like-
it's somebody that lives in the neighborhood, right? Because they had to know where that plant was. It's hard to see unless you know where it's at and what it is. It's not like it just sticks out like a sore fucking thumb. I mean, there's probably
So-
150, 200 plants on that side of the front yard.
So you know who the individual is.
Yes.
Demographically,
I'm not going into any,
are they going to see a Facebook group post?
yeah, they should.
I'm asking, like, if it's a 70-year-old woman who's probably not on social media
So
every day.
now the way that my neighborhood works though is once I put that up there, that's going to be the talk of everything because over half the people in that neighborhood are retired. They got nothing fucking.
yeah, they're bored.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's the same shit that happens in my neighborhood
Yeah.
Facebook page. Yeah.
Yeah.
What it's going to be is they won't necessarily see that person if they don't have Facebook. Won't necessarily see
That person will know.
but everybody around them will
that
have.
person will know.
And they're
But so my other option is this. My other option is to go buy a drone and fly the entire neighborhood and find out where these fucking flowers are. Because they, like I said, they stick out. Like they're fucking hydrangeas, and there's no hydrangeas in Texas.
Nope.
And they don't do well inside, so you need to have them direct sunlight or semi, like these specific ones. So I fly the whole neighborhood and I find out where they are. And once I find out where they are, I go get soil sterilizer and I write a whole bunch of fucked up shit in their front yard. And it'll take about 5 years for it to
I
grow
say you
back.
just write "I love other people's flowers" in their front yard.
They're like thief.
Yeah.
You know, like, yeah. So,
The only
Can I see-
problem
can I
with
see-
that is this level of Karen will then charge you.
well, the only thing is literally it's an eye for an eye, right? So, no, I'm not saying that that's the correct thing to do, but what I'm saying is that retaliation is that.
But-
So I'm no better than
But
anybody
that
else.
is
if I do.
it is a criminal retaliation.
100%.
And so
Yeah.
Can
I don't want to go to jail.
Can I offer an alternative?
Huh.
It's kind of an amalgamation of both plans.
Yeah, Mikey, you can go do it for me. Thanks.
I mean, I would. I would. They don't fucking know me. Shit. Problem is, you and I look too similar, pal.
I know, right? I swear it wasn't me.
You'd still get in trouble.
It would literally have to come down and be like, those aren't my tattoos.
No. Put the Facebook up with the ultimatum.
Yeah.
I'll see you before Saturday or else.
Mhm.
And then do the drone anyways and just hover over their house the whole time until they come.
So and then my option 3.
It's just fucking
Option
freak
3 is to
them
get the HOA involved, right?
which
And no, not
you-
in the way you're thinking. And push my boundaries and push the HOA boundaries. And what I mean by that is, so we have a row of plants right by the sidewalk. And once they grow, it'll essentially be a privacy block for the rest of the yard. But right now, they're only 3-4 feet tall. So I get a sign that's like 15 feet long, 5 feet high. Because we can put yard signs out. I just don't know the absolute
where you're
proper
limiting
diameters,
everyone,
you know. And all I put on that sign is stay out of my fucking yard. Stop stealing my fucking flowers. And I just fucking put it and just let it sit there.
I would get a sign made and take a still from the video of the person clipping your flowers and put the sign up as a warning that just goes like,
Don't be
this person steals your property.
Right?
And
Matter of
because
fact,
like I said,
you should add
public
that to your-
shaming,
you should add that to your post.
public shaming is amazingly powerful.
Like a picture of them and
Yep.
like it'd just be like you.
Yeah.
I'd let them know that you know who they are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'd put it in the post and be like, this isn't I'm fishing.
Right.
I already know who you are.
Yeah.
I'm giving you the chance.
I'm giving you the option to do the right thing.
Yeah.
And it's still the public shame. But if you're going to do a sign, I'd put their still up and just be like, this person will steal your shit.
Right.
Like, but public shaming is amazingly effective.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's not wrong.
Yeah.
I'm also a fan of retribution. That was a-
Yeah, I mean, I would drive my truck through the front door.
It crossed my mind. I'm not gonna
Yeah.
lie.
Yeah. Do they have cats?
The dually can do a burnout, right?
Do they have cats?
Oh, yeah.
Just
So,
saying
I
that
don't
would
think-
throw a lot of turf.
If the person has cats, that'd
So
be
I-
where I'd go.
If there's going to be a retaliation, it has to be equivalent in emotional distress.
That's the public
That's
shaming.
why I'm asking if they have
No.
cats.
No. I'm saying if there's retaliation.
Right.
Honestly, I don't think that would be the equivalent in emotional.
No. Because this
Right.
was
This fucking rocked Mal's world.
this was a
Yeah.
year-long escape for Mal.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I
So that's why I'm
understand
saying-
the validity
That and
of
the
it,
fact
but-
that we can't see these flowers again until next spring.
Yeah.
They grow, they bloom, and they sit all year until they die in the fall.
Yeah.
And that's
and
my
they won't
thing
do it
with
again
the-
until next year.
That's my thing with the public shaming is that's going to let the whole neighborhood know
Mhm.
who that person is. And now they just have to live with it in this neighborhood
Yeah.
or leave. It
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
otherwise
If you cause a motherfucker to move over public shame because of
That's-
flowers, that's
the stick. It's either
money.
stay here and
Yeah.
be the pariah
Right.
or fucking leave.
Mhm.
That's why I'm saying is public shaming is amazingly effective.
Yep.
And so, yeah, I would still demand the
I should
apology.
do printouts and like put them on every mailbox. Have you seen this person?
Yeah.
They stole my hydrangeas.
They're gonna think you're like a fucking 75-year-old woman, and
No.
then they're gonna look at your
Not-
picture and be like,
No,
"Wait a
because you got to
goddamn
do the
minute."
story. It just increases the shame. They have to know the context of
Yeah.
why stealing your fucking flowers
Yeah.
was
yeah, they have.
unacceptable.
Yeah, the
And that's
story
the
behind
public
it is
shame.
way
It's the
it is.
story. It's still theft. It's still it's still vandalism, and it's trespassing.
100%.
But the public shame
Yep.
of now, like everybody in this neighborhood is going to know the kind of
Yeah.
person you are.
So I actually looked up the laws on this. Right. Say that plant was on a property line, but the root system, the trunk, were on my side. Even if it's hanging over on your yard,
Still yours.
you can't take it.
Now you can come and ask for it
Yeah.
to be.
Absolutely.
Guided
With
back
permission,
or
by all means,
whatever.
that's you.
Well, like my neighbor,
Right.
like I have a
You
crepe
can-
myrtle
you
in
can-
the backyard.
You can trim it.
Yeah.
But you can't harvest the flowers or the fruit.
What if
Like I have a crepe myrtle in my backyard that spills over the fence
Mhm.
into my neighbor's side.
Yep.
And it gets a little out of hand sometimes, so we'll go out there and we'll cut it down
Yep.
for him, right? And occasionally I've forgotten to do it, and he'll come out and he'll do it. But he always asks me. He'll be
You
like,
have
"Hey,
to.
is it cool if I do that?" I'm like, "Yeah, oh, absolutely. I'm sorry, I haven't done it."
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like type of shit. Because
I get along really well with a neighbor on one side. We have a crepe myrtle that does that. It's right on my fence line.
Yeah.
It grows up and out.
careful, it'll fuck up your fence.
And it's far enough away to not fuck up my fence.
They
but
fucking
it's very
suck,
close.
dude. They're they
And it-
travel.
yeah.
Like they're growing under my fucking
But this
deck
one,
now.
This one went straight up and then went out.
Yeah.
And my neighbor likes it because it makes this shade pool in their corner, and their dog hangs out underneath it. And
Nice.
so I've gone and asked, like,
It's a
"Hey, do you
win-win.
want me to cut my tree back?" And she's like, "No,
it's
no."
okay.
And she's got this super cute, like all blue pit bull.
No.
Oh, nice.
Just goes out there and hangs underneath the shade.
And they're not great in the sun, anyways, man.
And,
They need some shade. Yeah.
And so, but yeah, it's just a lot of people are like, it's a fucking flower. No,
No.
this
no.
isn't. It's not about the
It's,
flower.
the people that say, "Oh no, it's just a flower," they have no idea.
They don't have the context.
It's the principle.
no idea. It's not even a context. They have no idea about gardening. They have no idea about growing your own fucking anything.
No.
Like not
Right. But then the context of this project and what it was and all that kind of stuff on the time investment, yes, would just piss me off anyways. The rest of the context on it,
Yeah.
that's why I'm saying public shaming is amazingly powerful.
I do like that.
But yeah,
It would be awesome if John shamed someone out of the neighborhood.
Oh, I fucking
That would
no,
be-
no.
that would be
This
amazing.
this isn't gonna be like, oh, next week it's like, oh yeah, everything's fine. No, this is a fucking thing, and it's not going away anytime soon.
Yeah.
It's really not.
I would literally. I would
There's
turn
been
him
enough
into a
shit in that
pariah.
neighborhood that I've just turned a blind eye to. But now
turn him into a
it's
pariah.
now it's time to burn that fucking place down. So literally, when I leave work tonight, I'm going over to Susie's, my HOA president, go knock on her door, and be like, hey, just giving you a heads up. This is what's happening.
Yeah. I'm
So,
about to stir the
You can either be on my side and we can get to the bottom of this, or you're going to be fucking collateral damage. Like, I don't fucking care at this point. hmm But yeah, that was my weekend. How's your guys's?
I didn't get to go eat barbecue because of
Good.
you.
I would have
Because of
I would have
you.
happly traded with you because of me.
Because of you.
What?
You tell them what you did, how you set me up.
You oh, wow. Time out. I asked you, hey, are you going to Womack's for the barbecue? You said no.
Correct.
I said, okay. Shortly after that, I get a phone call from a good friend of ours, Joel, who's also an outdoors guide and an active duty military member, Drill Sergeant.
Yes.
And he goes, hey, bud, I need a speaker for my current graduating class. You got anybody in mind? And I'm like, yeah, Mike Barker. Nope, he spoke at the last one. Oh, okay. Mikey Fahey. He's like, oh, yeah, shit. I'll call Mikey. Thanks. Bye. Never heard back from him. Didn't think anything. Month and a half later, Mikey's like, hey, I'm like, hey, what are you doing Memorial Day weekend? He's like, oh, I got to go talk at this basic training graduation. Joel asked me. I was like, oh, he said yes? He's like, yeah. And I'm like, you're welcome. He's like, oh, fuck you.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
No, truth be told,
How was it?
The first time it was great. It was a good time. Actually. The first time you asked me about the barbecue thing, I didn't know it was happening because my board doesn't talk to me.
I didn't know it was happening. I found out from William, the landowner. I didn't even find out from Intrepid Care.
That's how I found out too. I found out from William, which is ridiculous. That's been a conversation. Anyways, Joel asked me. He was like, "Hey, bless you." He was like, "Hey, I do this moto run on Memorial Day. I take him over to the cemetery. I explain to him what the coins mean, things like that, you know. And they're all they're all medics,
Yeah.
right. They're in AIT. They're medics, and so they're learning shit. And he asked me if I'd come, and it was funny. So I show up. This is where the fucking story gets weird, though. I show up on Fort Sam to do this. I park at the coffee shop across the way from where they're stepping off. As I'm parking, they're like formed up, getting ready to leave. I see Joel. He looks at me, gives me a wave. I give him one of these, and he's like, all right. So he knows I'm there.
Yeah.
All right. I go inside because I have friends of mine who own the coffee shop inside the PX there, right? They weren't there. I was just checking to see if they happened to be there, right? But it was,
Yeah.
Memorial Day weekend, Sunday. I didn't expect them to be the owners of the place to be at their coffee shop, right? They have employees for that, right? So I was like, all right, no big deal. As I'm walking out, I hear somebody go, Fahey? And saying my last name to me on an army base in San Antonio is going to make me perk up and go, what? And I turn around and it was one of my fucking corpsmen.
Oh.
He's an instructor on Fort Sam. And I was like, get the fuck out of here. Weirdly enough, I had planned to talk about him in my little speech.
Wow.
So I ended up I was like, actually, this is perfect because the guy I'm about to tell you about, I ran into across the street while you guys were running. And I was like, so this shit happens, right? It was good though. It was, motivated guys. Joel introduced me to his team and of drill sergeants, and their company commander came out. He gave me a static line snap hook as a thank you. He's like, heard you're a jumper, heard you're a jump master.
Nice.
And I was like, oh, thanks, man. You know, that was cool. Shit like that. But yeah. Saturday I had a show that I was booked for. It was a all military show thing. It was for a mental health event or something. And we did that, and that was good. And then the next morning I was up early to be on Fort Sam. And did that, and then so it was interesting. It was cool to talk to him for a little while, and they asked me some solid questions. One kid asked one crayon question, which I thought was dumb. I mean, do you make the crayons? I'm like, you're gonna have it's a good thing your name's on your shirt, pal. I was like, wow. I'm like, ugh. Somebody make sure you send him to a hospital. Like, he does not need to be in the field with us.
Big shout out to Joel though. He just passed all of the stages for Audie Murphy Award,
Yep.
and so he's being inducted into that. I think in end of this in June.
Joel's a fucking G, man.
He's a fucking stud.
He is.
He
He's
really
an absolute, and he's old as fuck for Army standards, for military standards.
Yeah.
He's old as fuck. He didn't join the military until he was like 28, right? And now he's like an E7.
Yeah.
And he's got like
And,
a fucking like master's degree and shit.
Yeah.
And he's enlisted.
Yeah.
Like,
That's about to change.
yeah, it is.
He is going green to gold.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, but how many medics do you know that have an Audie Murphy Award?
Right?
You know what I mean? Like that's the one that it's like out of all the shit in
Well, how
schools
many
and everything.
officers do you know that have that?
Exactly. I know one person that has it.
Yeah.
It was Sergeant G.
Yeah.
That was it.
He's a fucking stud, man. Joel's a fucking stud. He's a good dude. And his wife, I met his kids. I'd known his wife from other events and stuff, but like I met his kids. His kids are great.
So he's a drill sergeant. He teaches AIT.
Yeah. So he's the senior drill sergeant.
Okay.
He's in charge of all the drills
Got it.
on Fort Sam.
How long is that AIT? It's probably pretty long.
It's like 6 weeks.
Oh,
Six-
it's longer than
16 weeks.
16.
Yeah. Oh, because they got to go through EMT.
Yeah.
They got to go through all like the different.
The
There's multiple
first-
courses
the first
within that.
half is literally just an EMT certification.
I believe so. Yeah.
Might be longer than 16, actually.
I think it's longer.
It's long. And the first half of it, you just get certified as an EMT, and then you have to go through the combat medic portion.
Right.
But if you don't pass the EMT certification,
16.
16 weeks.
16 weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah, fucking
Wow.
A. I've been
That's
at a while, but I still remember things.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's after basic.
Yeah. I had
16
no idea.
weeks. But the first half of it is
God, they missed it by one number.
Every medic agrees with you, Scott.
Yeah.
Every single
But,
one of them.
I had a buddy of mine that reclassed from PSYOP to medic. He stayed in our company, but he reclassed, so he left and came back. And you know the whole like when they call you to attention, companies and shit have the whole like call out that they do. And they were talking about burns and neutralizing things or whatever, and they mentioned like in a pinch you can pee on it to like help neutralize things.
Was he like,
And they got
"Nope,
hooked on it.
don't do that.
They got completely hooked on this whole. So their whole thing when they do the whole like platoon, what attention, the whole fucking company would just go pee on it. And like that was, and I was like, you know, that's one of the better ones.
That's
I've ever
fun.
heard.
Yeah,
Like,
that's fun.
yeah,
I
because everything else is so hood, and there's just
or
like
rub some
pee
dirt
on it.
Rub some dirt on it would be good.
Piss on it.
But his big thing when you go to him to ask him anything was self-aid.
Yeah.
I was like, you're the worst medic ever.
Yeah.
He's fucking commissioned and shit. Now he's a field artillery officer.
Wow, he's all over the fucking map, huh?
He
Motherfucker's been to fucking 4
He-
different MLS schools. and
he
shit.
literally did everything a junior enlisted guy is supposed to do.
Married a stripper.
Yep.
Atta-
And pulled her from a strip club.
Attaboy.
Like went to a strip club, pulled her, went and had breakfast at a fucking Waffle House.
As you do.
Started dating her,
Probably hooked up in the bathroom.
married her.
Yeah.
The whole 9 yards.
She got pregnant.
No, they did not have kids. He did have a high interest car.
Wasn't for lack of trying.
the whole fucking 9 yards.
24-inch, 24%.
And then
You wanted up financing.
she left him for a dude she met in World of Warcraft.
Wow.
Yeah. So he
Wow.
took that as like his okay.
Was signed to end it?
Yeah. He also
Fuck.
he took that as his wake up.
No, he
call.
started playing World of Warcraft.
He took it as
I
his
didn't
wake
know
up.
there was bitches involved with this.
He took it as his wake up call and was like the whole like okay. So apparently like he had multiple deployments under his belt, the whole 9 yards, and took it as like the. I guess I don't have enough to offer, so I'm gonna go square my shit away. So he moved back home to Indiana,
That's how he read that?
and
That-
whatever the motivation is.
Okay. I would not have
And,
read it like that.
but he went back, got into a great school, got his degree, fucking commissioned, went to FA. Now he's remarried, adopted her 2 kids, like,
to the head stripper.
and no, she's a nurse.
Same thing.
She's
No,
a nurse.
it was our buddy who married
That means she used to be a
Just-
stripper.
Just kidding, nurses.
Scott. It was our buddy who married the head stripper. He's still married to him. They live in Oklahoma. They have a great family.
She was the cocktail waitress, right?
But
No,
last time I talked to him, he just got his.
job, buddy.
He had a company command and the whole 9 yards. He really fucking squared himself away. He's a fucking Great Soldier still he's going to be career, but
I did a wedding for a major. He was a MARSOC dude, badass fucking dude named Will, good guy. And he asked me, he wanted an all enlisted like deal, right? He was a major at the time, but he was like, I want an enlisted sword detail, and I got to be the one to smack his wife on the ass with the sword, right? And I'm sitting there bullshitting with him and like doing like the rehearsal and all this stuff, and I'm small talking, and I'm like, how'd you guys meet? And she's like, oh, he hit on me when I was at work. And I was like, oh, yeah, what'd you do? She's like, stripper, obviously. And I was like, I didn't want to say it. I didn't want to say it.
He was a major, so I wasn't real sure.
Like, she's like a fitness influencer now. So there's so many things.
Well, it's either that or real estate. What else are they going to get into?
Yeah, right? Like, there's only so many.
Fitness influence.
There's only so many career paths. You know what I mean?
I feel like you're a fitness influencer. That just means you lift weights to advertise for your OnlyFans.
These days, yeah. She got big before the OF became a thing. But she's leaving money on the table, I'm telling you. Like, fuck. I saw some chick, who the fuck was it? We all know her too. God damn it. It was one of the girls that was at the golf tournament. And she was wearing open-toed shoes, and she was talking about how she's like, I think I'm going to do sell feet pics or whatever. And I was like, well, then why you fucking got them out for free? Like, you're giving those weirdos free shows right now, man. You're
talking to Jessica.
I was like, put some fucking socks on then, man. Don't be giving that shit out for free. I was like, yeah, what are you doing? Fuck, that's just poor business sense. Wear open-toed shoes if you're selling feet pics. It's retarded. So dumb. I'd be like, yeah, I'll show you my butthole for free. Why? Make them pay the $8 a month, goddammit.
Yeah, but I can go look at a truck before I buy it.
Sometimes you test drive it.
Yeah.
I suppose depending on the individual. Speaking of that, I was at the
Would you buy a truck without test driving it?
No, but absolutely not.
I have.
Yeah, but
I ordered it. What are you going to do? Say no after you fucking wait a year for it?
Nah, that's a good point.
I wouldn't.
Did you test
wait,
drive
wait,
your
wait.
last one?
I did. I test drove this one too.
Yeah, I didn't test drive mine.
I was at the dealership this morning.
And both times are because they fucked everything up and I just had to sit there. I'm like, give me the keys. If they would have their shit straight.
You've had poor luck with this shit.
It's in the fucking dealership right now.
I know.
Hopefully they're going to throw the right part at it this
You
time.
go to the dealer more than anybody I fucking.
Now it's out of principle. So now I have Ford corporate involved because this is the fourth time for the same issue. Technically, it's lemon law, right?
So,
But they fucked it up so bad. Like, none of my work orders say anything's wrong with the truck, but they kept it for 2 or 3 months at a time and put thousands of dollars of parts on it. But nothing's wrong with it. So who authorized you to put the parts on it?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because nothing's wrong.
well, that's like my dad, his Maverick, has been at Jordan Ford in their service bay.
Yeah.
For, what is it, 5 months now? 6 months?
I think 5, yeah.
5 months.
Jeez.
How many loaners has he gone through?
He
0.
doesn't have one.
What?
He's and still making the payment on the truck. And it's just sitting there.
I
It
won't let him take my vehicle unless they give me a
It won't
loaner.
turn on.
Yeah.
The
Like,
engine's
It's
fucking
literally
deadlined.
deadlined. Nothing will turn on.
That's awesome.
It won't. I mean, like even the accessory. Like
Does he have the electric version?
he's got the
The
hybrid,
hybrid?
version,
Yeah.
but it won't turn on at all. And Ford just keeps sending him emails going like, "Oh, we should have a solution for this." First, it was we'll have a solution for it in Q1. Then it was we'll have a solution in Q2.
He's still
Yeah.
paying?
Now that's all over, and I'm like,
He's called a lawyer, dude.
yeah, I've said that multiple times.
Get it? That's why
Like,
I go to Seguin, because it's
And
fuck Jordan.
And I mean, at one point back in January or whatever, he had me go with him to discuss just selling the Maverick to Jordan, and Jordan offered him like 13 grand. He's like,
Like, no, you
I
buy
owe
it back.
18 grand or whatever.
I'd be like, you buy it back.
Yeah.
But he was like, well, he was getting into it with Jordan, and I was like, Dad, I hate to tell you this, but this sales guy that we're talking to right now had
He's not
absolutely nothing to do with the
No.
manufacture of this vehicle, and Jordan Ford is not going to take responsibility for Ford's fuck up.
Yeah.
Like, they are a sales outlet. They are not Ford. They did not build this car.
So they don't care unless you get the higher ups involved and Ford corporate involved. So I have a representative from Ford corporate that's dealing with my case right now. Right. So I walk in there, I tell them all of this. And I also tell them how much they fucked up everything and that if this doesn't get fixed in this time, then a lawyer's getting involved and you guys are getting screwed. And that's when they were like, oh, what do you mean? And then I laid everything out for them. I'm like, yeah, you said you had an engineer work on this from Ford. Ford has no record of you communicating with an engineer. They're like, oh, what? I'm like, oh, yeah. Oh, by the way, here's a lady from Ford Corporate that you're going to deal with moving forward. And they were like, oh, what? I literally have a diagnosis and parts within 2 weeks. This has been going on since the day I had the vehicle.
Yeah.
Like, and it might actually be the right fix. We'll see.
I'd have gotten a lawyer involved with my dad's truck because it was also what he drove for work.
Yeah.
Like that was his company
Yeah.
vehicle that
Well,
he drove
it's
around.
the same.
And, so the car's 2 years old, has 90,000 miles on it.
Mhm.
And I'm like, all of that lost time, the fact that you've had to buy another vehicle now,
Right.
like
Yeah.
the whole 9 yards, I'd get a lawyer involved. And
Yep.
I was like, first off,
at least get Ford Corporate involved.
first off,
Something.
at a minimum, I'd be getting every payment I made on that vehicle since it got deadlined. I'd be getting all of that back. And at a minimum, because Ford holds the financing on it, they'd be zeroing out the truck. I'd owed absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah, what
Like that'd be minimum outcome.
you should be able to stop paying for it
If
So-
it's-
until it's fixed.
Because it's still under warranty. You
Yeah.
know, the
Like,
Mavericks have a
Well,
100,000 mile
are you
warranty.
gonna repo it? You already have it.
How about the dealerships just do it in a timely manner?
Well, this
Because
made-
like legally, that's going to be really hard to
Yeah.
prove because you signed a contract for it. But now lemon law, but they have restrictions on how that works. That's about the only option a consumer has to hold the dealership accountable for it when something's wrong with it. Because reading the fine print, you're fucked. You sign that contract, unless it's warranty or lemon, there's nothing that you
well, and that's the thing is that this is still under warranty because those
Yeah,
Mavericks
yeah.
have a 100,000 mile warranty.
Yep.
And so,
So
it's still
what
under
the
warranty.
Fucking thing's got like 7 miles on it.
So
And
what
it broke
what-
the whole time.
What they'll do, they'll have two options for it: replace pretty much everything, or buy it back.
Well, that's the
But
thing
they
is that
won't do that until they have a
Ford has
definitive
said that they
answer
have
on it.
no solution.
Mhm.
That they have engineers working on this thing because it is apparently not even the only one that this has happened to.
Yeah.
Now, I also tried to tell him, don't ever buy the first generation anything. And he bought like the founder's edition of that truck. And I was like, well, that's.
We sold ours.
Yeah, that-
I was gonna say, I remember that one well.
I don't
I drove
buy first
that
generation.
bitch to Florida once,
But
twice.
he loved that little
Yeah.
truck.
So right now they said they need my truck for 48 hours. They gave me a loaner. But when I was talking with Ford Corporate, she's like, look, you have 3 options, right? If it's lemon law, you can buy it back. You get a replacement. There's something else. I can't remember what it was, but it wasn't an option. So essentially they buy it back or they give me an equal replacement on it. If they buy it back, it's at a prorated amount.
Based
So
on
in
usage
theory,
or
you actually
something?
make money on it.
yeah.
They'll recoup some of the payments that you made. But in my case, I'll have to get a lawyer involved
Mhm.
because, like, even a lady in Ford, she was just like, I can start a lemon law for you right now. I'm like, what are you gonna do? Pull all the work orders and send them in? She's like, yeah. I'm like, they're all fucking wrong. And I'm like, look at my account. Look how long my truck's been in there. It's never. Why would you hold my truck for 2 months and give me 6 different loaner vehicles over the course of 2 months if there was nothing wrong with my truck? She's like, yeah, I get that. I'm like, yeah. So every other fucking lawyer in jail should get that too.
And it is a dealer problem. It's
So right now,
it's rampant in Ford.
I'm purely based on principle
Yeah.
at this point. I want to cost Jordan Ford as much money as possible until they legitimately just fix it right. Because they could have just fixed it right the first time 8 months ago.
So like my dad's truck, Steve Dixon's Lightning, he waited 3 months to get the headlight fixed.
God damn.
3 months.
At Jordan?
At Blue Bonnet.
Okay.
3 months to get it fixed because we only have one guy that works on them. I'm like, there's only like 4 Lightnings. Like how many are in front of this thing?
Well, that and like, call me when he's ready. I'll have it there in 20 minutes. Or you can hold my truck for 4 months. No.
Yeah, right?
Oh no, he didn't. He
Yeah.
just was driving around without a fucking headlight.
Oh, yeah.
And it was just like, what the same thing with my Explorer. When I had the issue with my Explorer, the Transact, and it was under warranty. And I had that problem with the front. My dealership told me it was going to be 2 months before they could see it. So then I had to call in a favor with my buddy at Northside, who's the service manager over there, and he cut the line.
Yep.
He essentially just cut the line for me and put it in because he told me it was going to be like 4 weeks or something before they could see it. And he cut it, and they got it done in a day.
Right.
But I'm like, why do I have to do these weird backdoor dealings to get a fucking
Seriously.
service call? Like,
I
this
want
is
you to know it's
insane.
who you know, buddy.
Yeah. It was funny. Like when they grabbed my keys, they logged the truck in and everything. And they're like, oh, so-and-so will be around to get you your loaner here in a second. She's just busy right now. I'm like, no problem. I'm like, cool, thanks. She walks around the corner. She's not even like ready yet. She just walks, like looks down and sees me, and she's like, "Hi, John," and keeps walking. And I'm like, "Okay, this is fucked up."
Yeah.
But it's a Ford issue because I had a brake light come on my Mini because it has those wear sensors on the brakes, and so I literally didn't make an appointment, didn't nothing, drove it to BMW, sat in that line for like 20 minutes because you don't get out of your car. They take your key and they scan it, and that logs you into the system and the whole 9 yards. Got it in there, and they looked at me and they were like, "Yep, we'll take care of you right now. If you give us 2.5 hours, we'll do your oil change, we'll replace the front brakes, we'll do the service inspection, the whole 9 yards." So I walked over to CI. I wasn't in CI 20 minutes, and I got the first email from them with the video walkthrough inspection of the underneath of my car and the whole 9 yards. And they got it done an hour faster than they told me it was going to get it done.
That's crazy.
And that was with no appointment, no nothing, with a bay full of cars.
Yeah.
Like
and they still just ran the thing. And it's like,
I had an 8 a.m. appointment today to get my oil change done in like my 70 mile service or whatever.
Yep.
And I went and did it. And then like, they were like, you know, they always come back. They try to sell you on shit. Hey, you know, you could really use this flush or this fucking this and all that. And da-da-da. They're like, actually, the only thing that's really pressing is your brake pads. And I was like, yeah, I know they're going low. Right. And she's like, we could do it right now. And I was like, well, how long will it take? Another 2 hours. I'm like, I've already been here for 2. You're not getting 4 hours of my day. And I was like, I'll gladly schedule it and come back. That's fine. But like,
I like my truck, my F-150. But it's also brand fucking new. So and we're towards the end of like this cycle of this truck or whatever. So they've kind of perfected everything now.
yeah.
But I mean, getting the Explorer serviced, the truck before that, like every time I've had to deal with Ford service, and everybody I know that owns a Ford and has to go deal with Ford service, everybody's just got fucking horror stories. And it's like, God damn it. I really like my truck.
It is 1,000 times better than Chrysler.
Oh yeah.
So you're talking about Stellantis,
but that's
as a whole,
That's
and
why,
they're all
like, I've had zero luck with service at Jordan.
Yeah.
I drive my Seguin, and it's been great.
Yeah. I mean, well, Haley's got a Chrysler.
Yeah.
And like, I'll go to Blue Bonnet in New Braunfels. They've been great.
Wait till you actually have a problem with it.
Yeah, real problem.
Hopefully not.
You guys remember the black trucks that we had?
Oh,
Sure.
God.
Yeah, I remember that was a fucking nightmare.
Okay.
My favorite one was, I was talking to John about it. Was it John's truck or your truck?
John.
The one that they took apart the rear end and it just imploded.
No, that was his.
That was yours, where the fucking rear diff, that was kind of your fault.
That was 100% my fault, but it was under.
They didn't know that.
No. on mine though, mine was, hey, I have a nasty noise coming from my rear end. Like, you guys need to take a look at this.
That's what it was. There was no fluid in
And
it.
I drop it off, and they call me up the next day, and they're like, you come pick it up, it's fixed. And I'm like, well, what'd you do? Oh, it was low on oil. We just added oil. I never opened that diff ever. I have like 6,000 miles on this vehicle. Oh yeah, it was from the factory. They just didn't put enough in. So I have 6,000 miles of running this vehicle, towing.
Yeah.
With not
no
the
diff
correct amount of
fluid in it.
oil in my diff.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's totally cool. You'll be fine. Document it.
Yep.
That was it. And they put it on paper, and I'm like, thanks.
Yep.
The one thing that didn't go wrong on my
That
truck,
was a lease too. You
the
needed
one
back
thing
shit
that didn't go
documented.
wrong on my truck though was the rear end.
Yeah.
Everything else was fucked, but the rear, I guess, yeah.
Because say your rear end exploded and you had all the fucking electrical
Yeah,
issues.
yours had
I
more
had every
gremlins in
gremlin
it
on
than
that
Yeah.
fucking thing. To the day I got rid of it, my nav still didn't work in the truck.
I just remember how cute it was that you guys had matching trucks.
Yeah.
Oh, that was adorable. And you guys kind of got matching trucks after that too for a little while.
What?
Sort of. I mean, you both went and got Fords at the same time.
They were not even close to matching.
Okay, well, if we're going on that, then most of the people in this room have matching pickups.
Yeah, you know, when I had my
Yes.
Dodge, me and Haley had matching vehicles then too.
No,
Yeah, they were both Chrysler products.
we didn't have that then.
Oh,
She had a Honda then, bro.
This is great for the listeners.
Yeah. Yeah. Whatever.
Anything in current events that's fucking
Fuck no.
worth talking about?
So I found this story through the greatest journalist to ever exist, Jason Vest. OnlyFans star rushed to hospital after 583-man sex stunt.
It's yeah.
What was wrong with her?
Internal and external bleeding, probably.
Yeah.
Actually, the other chick,
She's walking.
the other
Come on.
chick that did that too, that set the record for the most dudes in 24
Yeah.
hours.
That was
she
a-
got rushed to the hospital too.
That was 1,000 though. That was.
Yeah, but they
Well-
apparently now it's coming out that apparently getting blasted that many times with different cum is apparently really bad for you.
Who would have
Oh.
guessed?
Weird.
Yeah.
It's bad that they're gonna have to make a sign. That's gonna have to
Be
go
a
on a warning label
on
now.
vaginas now.
Yeah,
just be
gonna,
like,
yeah.
Do you put it on the vagina or the dick though?
I've only got one type of cum. If you're willing to absorb 500 different types at the same shot,
Yeah, but
Yeah.
So
is the
what's the limit?
I don't know, 4.
Is it though? Like, how many is acceptable before you have to worry about it?
Well, I've seen 10 and she walked away fine. Good old barracks
Four's-
parties.
4 is my limit before I don't want to be in the room anymore. I think that's like,
Now, is your limit based on where you're at in the order?
Yes. Yes. Order matters. Pecking order matters in that specific.
Big time.
Big time. You're not going fourth. Hard no. Like you find your animal fucking friend. Manimal's going fucking fourth. All right. The kid who has no standard is a fucking beast. That kid's going fourth. All right.
Me and Ricky Bobby are on the same page with this one. If you're not first, you're last.
It's like, you want to switch to this hole? I'm all set. You're already there. You're fine. You're fine. I'll finish over here. I'm good. It's fine.
I'm genuinely curious though, with the chick that did like 1,000 dicks and this one at 583. Who are these guys that are signing up for this?
Dude, so apparently she put out a call on like her OnlyFans
Yeah.
and got like 2,000 fucking dudes that were like, yep,
Jeez.
I'm in like an
Right.
hour and a half.
That's
Like she got fucking
Terrible.
overwhelmed with dudes going, yeah, I'll do that.
God.
Yeah.
Oh.
And I don't know exactly how that works. Because it's not just full fucking for constant, right? It's like you put a rubber on, you bang her out for I think you get like a minute or two. If you pop, cool. If you don't, meh.
a minute
Move
or
on.
two times 580 is 1,000.
I can
Say-
already
let's
see
say
John's already on the
1,200 minutes.
It's got to be a lot. Like, and I mean, unless they're just sticking it in and pulling it out, and next,
I don't
boom,
know.
boom. Like, I don't know how that works.
I think that's how that one chick set the record. Is it was just insertion.
it was just a
wasn't to
boop,
finish.
boop. Yeah,
Still.
which is why she didn't get sick.
Yeah, she did.
Oh, she did.
Yeah, she went to the hospital.
Wow.
Can you imagine?
I'd have been like, this is only open to Asian men.
I don't know who I'm more worried about, the chick that was willing or all the dudes that signed up.
Well, that's what I was saying while you were in the bathroom. This chick that went to the hospital, this one, apparently she had 2,000 dudes sign up in the first hour. And it's like,
I worry about
she was like, thank you for the overwhelming response. I'm fine, by the way. It's like she did a video from the hospital.
We need
I was like,
we
what
need
the
a
fuck?
sacrificial lamb.
Not it.
I don't believe any of us at this table are it.
Okay.
We need a sacrificial lamb. We need a guy to put out the same thing and see what he gets.
Miguel, you're in, dude. You're in.
sign up.
Oh.
I want to bang 1,000 chicks in the next 24 hours.
Who wants to sign up?
One, that's impossible.
Go on.
Yo, we're all ears.
Naysayer. Go on. Because if it's one in, one out,
Maybe.
it's possible.
Yeah, maybe.
Like,
Maybe.
it's possible.
How do you do it? Do you line them up?
I don't care if
You
they
have
take 20 minutes apiece.
I think I heard something. There was a room, and they literally would.
Yeah,
just
no, they
be
just
like,
cycle them through. It was like
and they
conga line.
just-
But
someone would open the door, and be like, nah.
No.
It was like
Okay,
going to the
we need
We're talking about-
group 14, please
We're
come
talking
in.
we're talking about the reverse.
Yeah.
If it's a dude.
If it's
Trying
a
to get
dude, it's
all
the
the girls.
reverse.
I think the most effective way to do it is glory hole.
No. You rent out
Like
a
a re-
football stadium.
Yeah, I think you've
and
got to rent
every
out.
chick is on her back.
There's a bunch of Wounded Warrior Project
You guys are
buildings
thinking about
that are
this.
empty.
Wait, you know how much work
True.
that is?
Just
That
stack them
dude's
out.
laying down on a table and they just rotate over him.
That's what I'm saying,
That's
dude.
it. That
Now,
dude
If
doesn't
it,
move.
if it was a glory hole and
It's
he's
like-
just sitting there
it's
and then
like
they
you
just
need
rotate and
sustenance
back it up.
hydration.
It's
Back
like
up.
it's like stepping
Back it
over
up.
a fence.
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, who's next? Keep going.
No, you can't be bottom position. I think it, but the glory hole, I think, is gonna. Now you've got to do it in like a.
You got to be the bottom position on it.
I think so.
You think he's got to be bottom?
Yeah.
I think they just back it up, dude. Like if you're standing in a glory hole,
Yeah, oh,
Mikey, you can do this
hold
in a
on, hold
glory
on,
hole.
hold it. No,
You're
no, no,
getting
no, no.
one fat chick that does you 400 times. That's it.
so
according to me, it's 500.
Mikey,
as
you
far as I know, it's 500.
would you rather stand there for 2 or 3 hours or lay down for 2 or 3 hours? Because that's about how long it's going to take.
Man, you fucking hydrate the day before, do some stretching, and man the fuck up. You got a job to do.
You know, and
Yeah, my job is to just stay remotely hard for
No,
that
yeah.
whole time.
We've all worked 12-hour shifts before.
I think-
Standing there fucking for 5 ain't that bad.
I think
no way.
I think you need one of those hunting stools where like you're kind of standing, kind of.
One of those lean-tos.
Yeah, you're just kind of sitting there, and it's just a repeated like doggy style.
What would be,
They just come
what would
in
be
and
the
just-
point of doing 1,000 chicks through a glory hole? If I'm going to do 1,000 chicks, I at least want to see
Who's doing
2,000
Yeah.
movies.
I'm
Like, what
thumbing.
the fuck? How are you to stay hard? Like, what-
Just so you
I'm
know,
just-
I'm thumbing every
like-
butthole that comes through there.
yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I'm setting two records that day, dude, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, glory
For
hole, like,
sure.
like poke number 4. I'm like, I bet these are dudes.
There's gonna be
You know, like you don't know how you like. It ain't
No,
gonna work.
listen, you're going like 60, right?
Yeah.
And you're like, yeah. And then you're like, oh, no,
Wait,
that was a guy. That was a fucking guy.
That was a dude.
I just put my balls hit another balls. Why are my balls hitting balls?
See, but if you're laying down, you know.
It's true. Well, I
That's the thing,
mean,
it's one of those little hunting stool things. You just fucking.
I
Because,
agree.
you know, with the friends that we have.
I agree, though. I would like to see tits
Yeah,
at least.
there would be no perks of it through a fucking glory hole.
That's what I'm saying. So a tree stand chair just on the floor,
Yeah.
and they just back onto you.
Yeah.
So you're semi-standing, but also resting.
You're leaning.
Yeah.
You're like the coolest guy at the party, bro.
You need
You're the only guy. at the
no,
party.
honestly, you need an inclined bench for a weight set.
Perfect.
Yeah, that would work.
That's it.
That would work.
Perfect.
That would work.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah.
Probably have to put it on a platform, a little higher.
No, the seats are adjustable.
But you
Great
need
to see
one
that.
where the
Yeah,
back folds up, but
yeah,
then the
all the way
bottom.
up, but then the bottom.
the bottom
sits
you go
that,
up like one
and you
click.
just kind of cradle.
Yep.
Yep.
And then you just sit there, and they just
and they
just
climb over the fence.
they just kind of sit. They just kind of
Yeah.
no. At that point, they could just kind of sit on your lap.
yeah.
Yeah, it's just a step over.
That's it.
Boop. Step over and boop.
Yeah, you can have like coffee tables next to you with like drinks and food and snacks, you know?
No,
Yeah.
we need to go talk to the graduating class and just run an IV line. Just fucking.
Oh.
So you're just a saline drip.
That would be a good reason to have a central line put in.
You'd be needing like P. Diddy levels of lube to get through that, though.
Probably.
Yeah.
Well, you need a corner guy.
Oh.
Yeah, like,
Oh, yeah. Yeah. You need a corner man.
you need
You're
a
a corner man, a cut man, and
Yeah.
a fluffer.
just sitting there like dabbing you out, spraying you.
Yeah.
Like just
The cut man is like, don't make me work today, bro. I don't want to do
you don't want to do it.
You got somebody like just yelling at the chicks. You need to be wet before you get up here. God damn it.
it. Yeah.
And then you need the box out of Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. Just
That's-
filled with Viagra.
That's the fluffer, though. That's the fluffer's job. The fluffer is to fucking, hey, come here, you. All right, next. All right, good. Yep. Get her going. Yep. Go. You're good. Come back in 5. Yep. He's quality control at that point. And
All right,
it's
so
needed.
I need an incline bench, 5 dudes that speak ASL,
There it is.
and
Yeah.
Mikey with a spray bottle, and we're
Yeah.
good, we're fucking good to go.
Yeah.
They have to speak cursive ASL.
Yeah,
I'm just in there fucking spraying you down. You're gonna get through this, pal. You got this.
You need the one guy with the umpire clicker every
I'm just
everyone.
I'm just hyping you up, dude. Cock looks fucking great today, pal.
fucking
You
fantastic.
fucking got this, brother.
Fucking fantastic.
Fucking A. You
Yeah.
fucking yeah.
Hey man, it's time for Gatorade.
Hey, that might have went fast, but she'll remember it.
Yeah. Just sitting there,
Hydrate, pal. Hydrate.
feed me Gatorade chews.
I'm gonna wear a fucking I'll put you in a bib from like a marathon, like a number on it. 69420.
Yeah,
Yeah,
perfect.
we got this. All right, freedom
It's
friends.
just a racing bib and a set of Metcons.
Now here's
Just
the
sitting
thing.
there just
Here's the thing, though. Like standards are out the window with this.
it's
'Cause
quantity.
You're not getting
It's quantity.
100 tens.
No.
Okay. You're probably not getting 3 10s. You're getting 100 ones and like 42s. Like that's what's happening. Like you're about to fuck 120, 140 fucking buckets of yuck.
Maybe the glory hole is the way to go.
Yeah, but
That's where my head
that
was.
aggregate just
Valid.
means that I just nailed a 120.
On the aggregate.
That's better than a 10.
Fucking A. Fucking A. Of course, you guys have heard my speech. Like I don't do 1 through 10 when it comes to rating ladies. I do A through Z.
Okay.
I feel like it's more of an accurate rating. Like
Yeah.
a solid vitamin J. That's a good fucking
That's like a 5.
So is
roughly.
is it is it,
More like a
is
yeah, it's about like a 5. It's about like a 5. See, so there's so many different factors though. Also, is it capitalized? I don't know. Could be a lowercase. You know, so yeah. Lowercase Z is a bucket of yuck. That is a fucking dump.
So Z is on the low end.
Z is the low end. A is
At
Do you,
the-
do you have an extended scale? Because like when you look at alphabet, if it's like kind of just written out, like if you buy like a alphabet that you can put on the wall,
Uh-huh.
it has like A through Z and 0 through 9.
you don't need an extended scale if you go through.
But those are the ones that, like, is it 0 through 9 above A or below Z?
I got a question.
Well, there is. I get rid of the numerical standard. It's only alpha.
What's better? What's better?
You'll get through this. I promise.
Thanks.
What's better? What's better? A lowercase a or a capital B?
Ooh.
What's better?
And what's the
Lowercase A.
difference?
The lowercase a is
Not much.
okay.
Haircut, maybe. I didn't like not much. Like yeah. Yeah.
So
So you,
it's in order.
so you technically get, you know, there's 26 letters in the alphabet, but you get 2 of each letter.
Right. 26
The
times,
fuck was that?
times
My-
2 is what?
Headphone.
That was weird. It like shut off mine. That was weird. Like,
It hit the limiter.
ah.
No, I'm with. I don't know. I think a capital B would be
I think so.
better than a lowercase a.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't usually go capital and lowercase. I'm usually just A through Z in it. But then I can decide that later.
Because you've never had 500 at the same time.
All I'm just gonna say is that at that point,
Also that.
it's 2-0 and go, right? Like
They're stepping over.
you can graduate college with these.
C's get degrees, bro. Facts. Facts.
Besides, I think after about 40, you go into a fugue state, anyways. You just
Yeah. It's just glassed over at this point.
not.
It really has to stand out for you to be like, whoa.
You're more, at this point, you're more so thinking about your next Gatorade shoe. Yeah, I mean, like more than that. It's
Yeah.
like, yeah. You're just hoping that you stay hard.
By like 600, it's like, okay,
You're gonna need
hey,
a hot chick
corner
to
man,
fluff
get the
that.
popsicle sticks and duct tape ready.
You need one hot chick to like fluff, because otherwise you're gonna lose.
Well, I think you need a grading system on the outside to stagger them.
Oh,
You know what I'm saying? So like
Yeah.
every 12th, you're getting like a C.
okay.
Yeah.
Like a C or up, and you stagger those in, so you're kind of like, this is getting a little. Oh shit!
You know,
Oh,
like,
yeah.
you know what I mean? Like,
I think
So there is a strategy.
there would be
Yeah.
a default.
Yeah.
There would be a default way to rate them, and you wouldn't realize it until you're about, 10 or so in. It's how many strokes do
oh, you don't get
do
to.
you give them?
Oh, it's one and done. That's a.
yeah, but like if the
Yeah, you gotta.
like if a 10 jumps up there, you might like a couple more.
Nah, I mean, you can give her your number and
But-
call
but-
her later. But
I don't
that-
even
that'll
think you
be the-
get to. I don't think you get any motion. I think you throw any hip at all, and you're asking for that's trouble.
Yeah.
That's pain going on. That's
Yeah. plus you're gonna bust. You're gonna ruin the whole thing.
Yeah.
You know, like because you're essentially just paying. You're just praying for boob laws at this point. You're like I don't want to bust. I don't want to pop in one of these fucking buckets of yuck.
I think you got to put brakes in. I think you've got to do the like. All right, we got to empty the chamber real quick, fuel up or whatever, come back, reload.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you got to call the doctor. They even say like erection longer than 4 hours, you got to go to the hospital.
Yeah. Priapism.
Yeah, you got to.
Yeah. Priapism's no bueno.
I think you got to unload it, walk it off.
Do you
I
know
don't
how,
think that's 100% true.
I don't either.
Well, it's recommended you call the doctor.
Yeah, I'm trying to think if I've ever had a boner
What's-
last 4 hours. Might have had some NARBs back in the day.
Never had some drunken nights.
Well, that's
Just
pushing
fucking-
rope. That's not the same. Pushing rope's not the same. All right, like yeah, when you have to like fold it to make it hard enough to pop it in. And it'll get hard when it's in there. It's fine.
Thumb splinting.
Yeah, that's drunken logic, man. That's not the same thing. Thumb splitting. Yeah.
Big shout out to Figaro who bought the drinks that supplied this conversation.
There you go.
Thanks, man.
That's right. That's right.
I got nothing else.
Yeah, let's put a bow on this one.
Yeah.
Oh, boys, we also need to talk about what do the supporters of our Patreon get now?
Oh, they get a whiskey review.
Yeah.
Yeah. We did one earlier.
Our one sip review.
Yep.
Mhm.
Oh,
We're
yeah.
doing one new whiskey each week. The boys are going to take a sip, give it a little rating.
It's not necessarily limited to whiskey though.
It's just booze.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. It's just one
Booze.
drink,
Sorry,
one
yeah.
sip.
One drink.
One booze.
Whiskey review just rolls off the tongue.
Might not even be booze.
We're not,
What if we have a good fucking non-alcoholic
I do believe
drink happening?
We'll just call it a drink review.
So it's our one sip challenge.
One sip challenge. There it is.
Beverage breakdown.
Yeah.
Booyah.
The Booyah.
One
Perfect
sip
Breakdown?
synopsis. Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
I like that.
A sipnosis, if you will.
We just needed to be far enough away from Barstool to not get sued.
That's why.
One sip synopsis is good. I think we're good.
You know
Yeah.
what, Barstool? Fucking go ahead. I'll take the free advertising.
Yeah.
Yeah, right? Yeah, actually, it might be the best thing
Yeah.
that fucking happened.
Barstool wants
If
to
we
shout us
caused-
out. You knock yourself out.
If we caused you any financial distress, we're sorry.
Plus, didn't he just put on $1 million putt competition?
I believe he did. I believe
So-
he did.
I think he's fine.
And they would have to buy our Patreon to get access to it. So
That's true.
He also was just complaining that he
Yeah,
lost,
let's go Barstool.
He lost like
pussies.
he lost $7 million during that stock market.
Oh,
downturn
yeah,
or
he's
whatever.
doing
He was
doing fine.
I lost like $7 million. I don't know what I'm going to do. Wait a week.
You know what's
You'll be
worse? Is when
fine.
you know what's worse is when you don't have any millions to invest in anything.
Yeah.
That's how
You lost $7 million. That sucks. I lost $1,000.
Yeah.
That's fucking huge.
And guess which one of us cares more?
Yeah.
Yep.
You probably still have more millions you can lose. I didn't even have one.
I don't have more thousands.
No.
Yeah. That was my thousands. And those thousands are now zeros.
It also, he waited a week and it all corrected itself. So
Yeah, right.
you're fine.
Yeah.
Which is, I lost $7 million, but here's $1 million putt tournament.
Can't be mad at him. I'm not a hater on it.
I'm not mad at him. I own some of his fucking merch. I've got a Barstool Saturdays are for the boys flag on my golf bag. Like,
Yeah. Okay.
I like the channel.
I know, right?
I'm just saying I don't feel bad for you. Like,
All we're saying is they should shut out our podcast.
come be on it.
Dude, I would fucking love to have Portnoy on here.
Oh my god.
That'd be great.
He's as much of a smartass as the rest of us.
Tell him to bring Miss Peaches, his dog,
Oh yeah.
his little pit bull rescue. That's his big thing now, man. He's doing a lot for dog rescue.
Oh, yeah.
Dave is a good dude. I mean, he's a fucking.
I'm not talking shit on.
He's a.
I like everything they do.
Yeah, he's a North Shore fucking asshole, but yeah. Like,
Yeah, but it's done well for him. That fucking
Yeah.
that cutthroat business attitude has
Yep.
definitely worked.
for sure, dude.
I personally love that he does the bottles of champagne with his enemies on it. And every time they fuck up, he fucking pops the cork on that bitch and drinks it. I'm like, I dig this.
Yeah. Remember
When they
when
were
him
doing
and
that true,
Rappaport
like-
went off on each other?
When they were
Oh,
doing
yeah.
that true behind the scenes shit at
Beautiful.
Barstool Studios and
Oh,
stuff,
yeah.
and he was like, "You're done. Get the fuck out." We're like,
Yep.
and it was like, you
Oh,
don't fuck around. Like it is.
I love watching it. I would never want to work there. Well,
No.
it's like a producer. I feel like you're kind of safe, but is a personality there?
Fuck up one
It's-
edit, see what
ooh.
happens.
Who's the fat dude?
Yeah, remember we almost missed that email that one time?
who's the fat dude at Barstool that does all of the
Frank the Tank.
He's such a fucking G.
He's down like 150 pounds.
Yeah, good for him, dude.
He,
He's a legend though, dude.
There's
He,
that
like-
one guy that made fun of him in the backseat of the car that time.
What?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Oh, you fat fuck. He's like, at least I have my teeth.
Yeah. Fucking A. Now, Frank the Tank's the man, dude. No, I like Barstool. I like all those guys. Anyways,
Yeah.
this has gone on for a while. Yeah, like, share, subscribe, smash those buttons, do those things. 3 little things, boys. Cheers, first of all. Cheers, boys. Cheers. Yeah. Fucking supporters, Patreon supporters, we appreciate the fuck out of y'all. 3 little things. They're pretty easy to do.
Yeah.
Am I out of it? Am I forgetting some shit?
It's been a week.
Jess took a phone call. Justin,
Smoke on.
Scotty,
Drink on.
God damn it, kids. Freedom to fuck on.
Later. You don't forget anything. That I didn't forget.
I mean, if we both forget, you're my check and balance, man.
You forgot the mom.
Oh, you forget your mom.
Yeah.
Okay.
My mom's like 9/11, dude. I never forget.